Hello people of the internet! Today I'm going to be filming my August wrap-up and my September TBR. So for the month of August I read 4 books and 4 graphic novels, so I think that's pretty good. I wish I could have done a little bit better, but I had my test and unfortunately I have to retake it in October. So the thing where I'm doing 1 video a week is going to continue until I pass this freaking exam because it's about to drive me mad. So I won't be reading as much next month. I do have a few books planned, but I don't know for sure that I will get to them. But let's just get on with what I read in August. These are going to be in no particular order. So I picked this book up from the library and read it, and it is called The Last 13, and it is by James Fallon, I believe, and I did not enjoy this book very much. I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars. It was in the young adult section, but I think that it's more directed towards middle grade. It's about these 13 kids that have these abilities and they're supposed to come together and like save the world or something like that. And it sounds very, very similar to Zodiac that I read, I don't know, a few months ago as a buddy read with Keely. And I did not like this, and I didn't like Zodiac that much either, but I like Zodiac a little bit better. This was just slow and boring, and the writing was okay, but there are 13 books in this series, and I'm definitely not going to continue on with this, unfortunately. I also read The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. I really, really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. There are some LGBT themes in this book, which kind of surprised me because I wasn't expecting that, but I did really enjoy it because I really like reading about LGBT stuff for some reason. So I really did enjoy this book, and I would thoroughly recommend it. It's about this boy who is in a like glass coffin or something inside the woods, and he has horns, and the main character is a girl named Hazel and her brother Ben, and they basically like dream about him waking up one day, and then later on he actually does. So it was really, really good. It's got a lot of magical elements in it, and it deals with fairies and things like that, and I really, really enjoyed it, so highly recommend it. I also read The Cure for Dreaming by Kat Winters, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. Also really enjoyed this book. I really, really like Kat Winters so far from what I've read of hers. I think she only has 2 books out, and I've read both of them. This one is a little bit different from her other book, In the Shadow of Blackbirds. This one deals more with like hypnotic stuff, and it's very, very different, but I really, really enjoyed it, and I do recommend it if you like Kat Winters. I also read Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, and I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Excellent, excellent read. Thank you so much, Richard, for giving it so much hype because I really, really enjoyed it. I love the main character. She is freaking awesome. And I do kind of understand why everyone's obsessed with the guy in this story, and I think his name is Kale, I believe, and he is freaking awesome. I really, really did enjoy it, and I kind of figured out like which characters are my favorites and which ones I'm kind of about. So I'm really excited to continue on with this series. I have ordered the 4th book in the series. I think it's the 4th book, and I should be getting it very, very soon, so I'm excited to continue with this one. So for the graphic novels that I read 4, like I said. The first one that I read is Edward Scissorhands, and I bought this thinking that it was going to be like a graphic novel version of the film, but it's actually not. It's kind of about the main character female in Edward Scissorhands that falls in love with him. I can't remember her name, but this is about her granddaughter, so her daughter's daughter, and her daughter's daughter is like really interested in Edward Scissorhands, and apparently he's still alive and kicking, and they meet and everything because there's all of these like rumors about how awful he is and things like that, and she wants to know for herself what he's like and why his grandmother loved him so much. So it's really good. I mean, I liked it. The images are freaking gorgeous because I love this style of illustration a lot, so I really enjoyed it. I kind of was upset that it wasn't just the film adaptation because that's what I was expecting. But I still really did like it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, and I do think that this is the first in a series. I don't know how many there are going to be, but I really did enjoy this. And the last 3 graphic novels that I read are The Walking Dead Volume 13, Too Far Gone, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars. The Walking Dead Volume 14, No Way Out, also 5 out of 5 stars. And The Walking Dead Volume 15, We Find Ourselves, which I also gave a 5 out of 5 stars because all of these are freaking amazing and I love them so much. And I think this one had a scene where I was just like, no, that can't happen. And my husband just looked at me like, are you okay? So I'm getting really attached to these characters and I'm really liking where this is going. And you know, I don't watch the TV show, but now that I've been reading these, I'm actually contemplating watching the TV show. I know that Fear the Walking Dead has started and I have been watching that and I really like it. So far we're only like 2 episodes in and it's pretty good. So I'm thinking about watching The Walking Dead, but I don't know if I should watch it before I finish reading all of the graphic novels or if I should watch it after. So let me know what you think in the comments below because I'm not sure. I think some people have told me that the graphic novels are different from the TV show and the graphic novels are supposedly better than the TV show. And I don't want to spoil things for myself, so I'm not really quite sure how far I should go into the seasons of The Walking Dead if I decide to watch it before I finish these. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, please. So, on to the books that I plan to read in September. I have about 4 or 5 that I want to read, but I have to study yet again. So, and I'm also taking 2 classes right now, so I really honestly don't know how much I'm going to get done because I also have a part-time job. So some of these books I haven't hauled yet, and I will put them in my book haul at the end of September. But I did pick up Survive the Night by Daniel Vega, and this is the same author that wrote Merciless, and I really, really love Merciless so much. It's so good. And this one is kind of the same, like, scary aspects. The back of it says we're all gonna die down here, and I think that it's about these people that go to like an underground rave in these tunnels, like subway tunnels or something, and they get lost and all this stuff starts happening to them. And I have to say that I really, really love her cover designs, how there's no dust jacket, and the synopsis is written or typed basically on the cover itself, which I think is really cool because I'm not a huge fan of dust jackets and I just love this concept so much. The next book that I would like to read, which I have also not hauled yet, is, I think it's pronounced Cabal, and it's by Clive Barker. And I remember what this was about because I looked it up before I purchased it, and it sounds like it's kind of like a horror novel, but I'm not sure. Okay, so the back of it doesn't really give too much away. It just says that it evokes revulsion and admiration, anticipation and dread, explore the darkest contradictions of the human condition, our fear of life and our dreams of death. So it's supposed to be creepy, and I love creepy, so I'm really excited to read this. Another book, and I think the last book that I haven't hauled yet, is The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. I have seen the film, and that kind of made me want to read the book because the film is kind of vague. There's not a lot of detail into why the things happen to these girls, and I kind of thought that maybe the book might explore a little bit more into what happens to them, although I'm not sure. But I'm really excited to read it because I did like the film and I just wanted to see what the book was all about. So if you've read this, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts were because I'm really, really excited to try this one out. And the last book that I would like to read, but I'm not 100% sure that I will get to, is The Death Code by Lindsay Cummings. I really, really liked the first book in this series, which is The Murder Complex, and this one's a bit more chunky than The Murder Complex, and so I'm not sure if I'll get to it or not, but I really, really want to because I really liked The Murder Complex very much. So we'll just have to wait and see, and I might throw in the second book in the Throne of Glass series, but again, it just depends on how much time I've allotted myself for reading, which is not much so far. I'm also currently reading a book, but I don't have it with me, and it's called Bruiser by Neil Shusterman, and I really, really like it so far. I'm about 200 pages in, and it's so good. I thought it was going to be a contemporary, but I didn't like read the synopsis on it. I just assumed that it was contemporary, and boy was I very, very wrong about that, and I really, really like it so far. So I should be done with that in the next couple of days because I think I only have like 100 pages or so left of it, so I'm really, really excited to finish that. So that is it for my wrap-up and my TBR for this month. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these and what you think about my Walking Dead thing, because I'm really not sure about that. So just let me know your thoughts. I would really, really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!